everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to the Citizen channel, one of our regular little features. That was the week that was, where we do a little family friendly quiz with spot the balls and who's that and that sort of thing, based on a couple of recent games. So today we're going to have a look back at the City Leeds game. Didn't really go to plan, that one, did it? But what did go to plan was the away game at Borussia Dortmund. Obviously that did go to plan. So we're going to have a little 10 questions on each of those games, plus some general knowledge on Leeds and Dortmund or links between the clubs, etc. So just a bit of fun, nothing serious. 29 points up for grabs today, so there's a few multiple answer questions in this 21 questions. There's a wild card, and it's not you are the ref today. I've got something else, a nice little image question for you, perhaps for the older guys. But hey, if you're young and you're playing, get your dads involved. See if they know the answer to it anyway. So we're gonna do our that was the week that was quiz. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications for all things Manchester City. Loads of stuff on my site there. Just check all the playlists, and you will see some stuff on my film and TV channel as well. So if that's of any use to you, I do need a rest from football occasionally. I do love film and TV, so check out my reviews and information vlogs on there as well. Or if you know someone who might be interested, please point me in my direction. But it's City today. We're looking at little old City, plus looking at Leeds and Dortmund, I suppose, aren't we, today as well? So there you go. If any Leeds or Dortmund fans, you might be able to answer some of these questions as well. And please, all comments are welcome. And if you can't give us a comment, give us a thumbs up. And if you have to follow us or friends on Facebook and Twitter, just seek me out. There's a couple of links on screen now. I do check every 3 or 4 days and follow and friend everyone back on there. Loads of stuff on football and Manchester City that I retweet and post on Facebook and Twitter, etc, etc. So please seek me out on there. And as from Monday, so I don't know when you're watching this, but every Monday I plan to do it. There's going to be a live Citizen. It's live. On whatever they say with the football, isn't it? So yeah, a little hour and a half program every Monday evening, 5 p.m. till about 6:30 p.m. because I can't stay up late. I have to. Some of you probably know if you watch these vlogs that I do. Obviously, some do some early 2 a.m. in the morning shifts, so I have to get up early. So 5 till 6:30 because I start to flag a little bit then. So please keep your eyes out for that and join me. Please, if you only pop on for 5 minutes, join me for those. That'd be fantastic. Right, let's get on with the quiz. Let's get on with this little quiz this week. Here we go, 29 points. See how you do. Let me know how you get on. A lot of people tell me they did well or they didn't do well, but they never post the scores. They're too cowardly. So here we go. Let's have a look at the Leeds game first, eh? Yeah, a missing word in the tweet round there. So there you go. Yeah, I think that was the feeling of us all, mate. Obviously that tweet, of course, it's 1 to something, but what's the missing word? 1 to what? What is it? So it's not I mean, it's not a swear word, so don't put a swear word in. So there you go. That's question 1. So as I say, with these, don't forget, you can do it in your own time. You can pause the vlog, or you can just do it as I'll leave a little bit of a gap, and just to test yourself, just do it in the allowance of what time I give you. So it's up to you, but you can stop and don't Google anything because I'll give you the answers at the end. So don't worry about that. So that's question 1. Question 2. Here we go. Who links Leeds and City? So who links Leeds and City? City between 51 and 56. Leeds between 58 and 62, and 61. And up to 1974. So that's 61 to 74. So there's a bit of a crossover there, isn't there? But you'll probably know when you get the answer. But so it's City between 51 and 56, and Leeds 58 to 62, and then 61 to 74. Sounds a bit daft at Leeds, but it's obviously because of what role he played. So it probably gives you a clue there as to what it'll be. So who links the two clubs between Leeds and City? You have to be a bit old to remember that one. If you're a bit young, ask someone who knows. Ask someone a bit older, a bit old like me. I mean, even guys perhaps 20 years younger than me might struggle a little bit, to be honest with you. Question 3, yeah, who's that? Who's that there? It looks a bit painful, doesn't it? But which City players on the end of that altercation with the Leeds United players? That's question 3. Who's that? It's not overly difficult, that one, is it? Don't need to ask your dad for that one, do you, if you're younger? That's question 3. Question 4. Yeah, Leeds have a couple of nicknames. Like most clubs, there's 2 or 3 nicknames knocking around for these football clubs. And Leeds have a couple of well-known ones. But one of their nicknames. Which famous bird is it? There's a bird, obviously one of their nicknames is a famous bird, but which I think it's a bird. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it is a bird. So which one of the birds is a traditional Leeds nickname? Bird or birds, whatever. I will show you in the answer. I will show you the badge with it on. There you go. Question 5. Here we go. Question 5. He shoots, but where's the ball? Where's the ball gone? A, B, C, or D? So have a look. Not always where the guys are looking or where you think it is. Might be a trick. Spot the ball. It might be nowhere near where they're looking. But who shoots, but where's the ball? He shoots, but where's the ball? We know who's shooting, don't we? Question 5. Question 6. Leeds' best known fan song. Yeah, the fan song, the Marching All Together. There you go. But after that word in the song, marching all together. What's the next line? What's just the next line? 5 words. That's all I'm after. I don't want the full song. So if any Leeds fans are watching, that was an easy one, wasn't it? But yeah, I have more views from my City Leeds games than any others because they're quite active on the internet. Leeds fans, probably more so than people like Arsenal and the big clubs. You know, the bigger clubs. Let's say. I'm not no disrespect to Leeds, but yeah, the home game against Leeds and the away game against Leeds early in the season, probably my most hits. So there you go. Anyway, what's the next line in that song? So yeah. They might not have the worldwide thing, but they're certainly keen on the internet, Leeds fans. Question 7. Yeah, who's pixelated there? I mean, they're always quite easy, these, I think, but I pixelate them, so it's probably easy for me looking at it like that. But who is it? Who's that there that's pixelated? Question 7. Question 8. Yeah, this is worth a guess if you don't know the answer. Ferran Torres' goal was the 350th, the 400th, the 450th, or the 500th scored by City in the Premiership. So it was only a consolation, obviously, but was it our 350th in the Premiership, 400th, 450th, or our 500th under Pep Guardiola? Not in total, just under Pep Guardiola. It shows how many goals he scored under him, doesn't it? So all those amounts are quite impressive, aren't they? 350, 400, 450 or 500. So you have a guess on that one if you're not sure. Question 9. Yeah, here we go. True or false question. Like Pep, of course, Leeds United's manager, his mate and his pal, Bielsa, is also Spanish. So is that true? So like Pep, Bielsa is also Spanish. Is that true or false? Busy mates, aren't they? So did they play together, or did they grow up in the same town? Who knows? I don't know. Or is he long lost dad? I'm not too sure about that. Question 9. True or false? Like our Pep, the Leeds manager is Spanish. Bielsa is Spanish. And question 10, so the last question on the Leeds game. From the initials, can you name the 3 players who have turned out both for City and Leeds in the past? So there's, I'll give you 3 sets of initials, so there's 3 points up for grabs. If you only get 2, you get 2. You get 1, you get 1. So I'll give you 3 sets of initials that have played for City and Leeds. So we've got DW, probably the easiest one. DR, again, not overly difficult. And DG. So there's 3 players, that's their initials. They might have middle names, but we're not interested in that. That's just the first and last names. DW, DR or DG, who played for Leeds United and Manchester City. Can you name those 3? Pause it if you need a little bit of time as I move on to the wildcard question. Yeah, no you other F this week. We'll go back to that next time, don't worry. Yeah, name the old ground. There's a great image of an old ground on there. I've been to that one definitely twice, but I could have been 3 times. I lose track at my age now. I lose track of how many times I went. And I can't go anymore because it doesn't exist. But there you go. So that's the wildcard question. Can you name that ground? Just a little clue. It was shut in 2002, so it was shut just before, a couple of years before we shut the main road ground, obviously. So there you go. We're halfway. Well, just over halfway. 11 questions, 13 points so far. So how are you doing on that? So we're going to go over now to the City at Dortmund game. A good win, of course. So we'll go on to question 12. Within 1,000, so allow you to be 1,000 out. What is the capacity of Dortmund's ground? This is according to Wikipedia now. This is the source I've used for this. Which is the capacity of Dortmund's ground? Now, they do have separate capacities for when it's seating as opposed to standing and stuff for UEFA. But as far as total capacity, what is the total capacity? Within 1,000. So I'll allow you to be 1,000 out. So I want, like, you know, 62,347. So, you know, try and be specific or as close as you can. And that's not the answer. So don't write that down. So within 1,000, what's the capacity when it's all sort of all the rail seats are put up and it's all standing as well? That's when they get the most capacity, obviously. Quite impressive, I must say. I think it's the 5th to 6th biggest in Europe as far as I think. Question 13, yeah, there we go. There's the starting lineup and the bench, but I've Tippexed one out. I've Tippexed one out. Well, I haven't Tippexed it, but you know what I mean. You old guys like me all know what Tippex is. Young ones are going, what the hell's Tippex? Yeah, who's missing from the starting 11 and the bench on that image? So the blanked out or Tippex. I've Tippex. I haven't Tippexed them out. I've done it on the computer, but there you go. Equivalent. You should call it that on the computer as well. Tippex it out. Although it's a brand, isn't it? So probably not, but there are other brands available, of course. Question 14. On the subject of capacities, yeah, we'll go back to the capacities. The famous South Bank, yeah, not in London. The famous South Bank's in Dortmund, of course, with the fans and the yellow wall, as we all know, has a capacity, again, according to Wikipedia, of... You've got an option here. You've either 22,454, 24,454, 26,454, 28,454. So what's the capacity of the South Bank of the yellow wall when it's all standing and firing away? So, yeah, it wouldn't be that if they had to sit down, obviously. But what is it when it's all standing? So you got a choice of 4 there. Quite impressive, whichever one of those it is, isn't it? I think the old Kipax, I think at one stage, was it 26,500, something like that? I stood on it when I think it had a similar capacity at some stage in the very, very old days. Obviously, that was knocked down over the years with segregation and stuff like that. But that was quite impressive. So this is not bad for an end, is it? Whichever one of those figures it is. There we go. Question 15. Who's that? There we go. Who's got the funny head on? That's not one of the most. You can probably wipe out half the team straight away because the various clues in the picture, can't you? But who is it? Who's that? Question 15. Who's that? Yeah, a little bit on a Dortmund player now, but to be honest with you, he's pretty much well known to all of us by now, isn't he? Of course, Erling Haaland is never far away from the news, but do you know in which city he was born in the year 2000? So where was he born? I don't need to know the hospital or where he was born, or the house. Just tell me what city he was born in the year 2000. Erling Haaland. Some of you will know that. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. Question 17, yeah, the missing word in the tweet round again. So we've got another one there. Of course, Sergio didn't play, did he? Any part in this game whatsoever. I don't think he was on the plane, was he? So I'm no doubt he cheered the boys on because he said he wasn't going to leave City till we won it, did he? So at the moment, he was still okay on that promise he made. Yeah, but what's the missing word? Obviously, he speaks in Spanish, and then he goes on to finish off with a great job from the whole team. Phil Foden, my blank. So what is Phil Foden to Sergio? Muse? Is he his muse? I'm not too sure. Hero? Legend? Who knows? What's the missing word in Sergio's tweet there? Great job from the whole team. Phil Foden, my blank. Question 18, here we go. True or false question. So you got a 50-50 chance with this one. Dortmund players are seen here. I'll do me who's the best thing now. Celebrating, I don't know how to say this properly. Here we go. Gemeinschaftsschild win. A Gemeinschaftsschild win. This competition is played like our Community Shield, of course, pre-season between the Bundesliga champions and the German Cup winners. So, true or false? That's an image of the Dortmund players celebrating their Gemeinschaftsschild win. I'm not sure the year, but there you go. Is that true or false?
Question 18. You can get a 50-50 chance either way, haven't you? Question 19. There we go. Another spot the ball. As Mahrez blasts home. I mean, keeper did choose the right way, didn't he? But enough on it and high enough to prevent the keeper getting to it. So where is it? Where's the ball at in that goal? So obviously it's not low down, is it? We know that. So you can probably can you discount one of the things there? I forgot what the images are now, but yeah. So where is it? Where's the ball? That's question 19. And the penultimate question, I on to question 20. Yeah, I had to think about this one long and hard, and I didn't get them all, to be honest with you. So there you go. City scored 4 goals, of course, over the 2 legs, and Dortmund scored 2. Certain players may have scored more than one, who knows? But I'm for 6 points. So you give me all the 6 goal scorers. Name the scorers both for City and Dortmund. They don't have to be in order, but. So for 6 points, give me the 6 players' names as they scored the goals. Say you might repeat a name. I'm not, that's not a clue. That's just the fact of life. You might say a name more than once, but you'll get 6 points if you get all 6 names. So 6 goals, 6 names. What were they? Question 20. Give you a little bit of time on that one. So if you are playing to time, I'm going to stop you now, so you'll be wishing you might have played and paused along, but who knows. And question 21, there you go. We got another, that's probably an easy one, the other pixelation, isn't it? Well, I think anyway. I said it's easy when you pixelate it, because you see the image first, don't you? So who's pixelated in that one? But I think it's easy on reflection. I say it's quite difficult to gauge, isn't it, when you pixelated it yourself and you've seen the image before, but there you go. There you go, 21 questions, 29 points up for grabs. Get your pen and paper ready, see how many you get on that. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's go through the answers, shall we? Right, we'll start with the Leeds game again. Of course, the missing word in the tweet round, yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was, of course, it's one to forget. I mean, one to forget for all of us, I think. But we bounced back, didn't we? We bounced back, so it's not too much of a disaster. Question 2, yeah, who links Leeds? Yeah, this was a funny one, wasn't it? Who links Leeds between Leeds and City? It was at City between 51 and 56 as a player. It was at Leeds between 58 and 62 as a player, but it was at Leeds between 61 and 74. So he must have been a player manager. I must admit, I've put this down here and I'm fairly sure that's correct. So he must have been a player manager for Leeds, because he was a manager between 61 and 74. So I didn't even notice that when I wrote this question down. But and of course we're talking Don Revie. So you're talking the fantastic, wonderful. He didn't do so great at the end of his career, obviously, but he had a few problems. But yeah, we're talking Mr. Don Revie as a player and a manager. As I say, there's a crossover there with the Leeds player-manager role, but I'm fairly sure of that. If I'm wrong, please accept my apologies. But if you said Don Revie, that's all we need to know. Question 3, who's that? Yeah. Looks a bit painful, does he? But he got up okay, didn't he? He does go down quite quickly, but he's resilient, isn't he? He seems to bounce back up fairly well. I think he's quite bendy, and of course we're talking about Gabby Jesus, aren't we? Who's obviously in that position. He does spend a lot of time on the floor, but he does get up. He might have a moan, but he does get back up. Question 4, there he goes. That's question 3, Gabby Jesus. Question 4, yeah, the famous bird, of course. Yeah, it was traditional one of Leeds. I think they're called the Whites as well, or might be called the Lily White. So that might be Preston. I'm not too sure now. I forgot myself, but I know the Whites. But obviously the peacocks. Yeah, it was the peacocks. The bird we're looking for. That's one of the. I always knew them as the peacocks in the 70s, when I sort of more or less knew all the clubs' nicknames. To be honest with you, I probably forgot a few now, but I certainly did at the time. So yeah, the peacocks. That's the famous bird I was looking for. He shoots, but where's the ball? Well, yeah, there we go. It is. Answer is D on there, isn't it? Was that an obvious one? I'm not 100% sure. So if you said D, give yourself a point for that one. Question 6, yeah, Leeds' best known song, of course, Marching All Together. I put all the words on the screen there, so if you want to practice it, which you probably don't if you're a City fan, or if you're a Leeds fan and you need brushing up on it, it's been that long since you've been in the ground singing it, obviously. Yeah, of course, the next line to Marching All Together is "We're gonna see you win," or "We're gonna see you win," but there's a little apostrophe in there. It should be we are going to see you win, but obviously it's "We're gonna see you win." So give yourself a point if you got 4 words right. If you got "We're gonna win or something like that. You can have it. I'll give you. I'm generous, but we're gonna see you in was a 5-word answer I was sort of looking for. Who's pixelated? Yeah, well, that's, as I say, it's probably easy for me because I did it in the first place. But it's our Raheem Sterling, isn't it? It's pixelated in the image on question 7, so give yourself a point for that. And Torres' goal, yeah, in the Premiership under Pep, even though it was a consolation goal against Leeds. Obviously, in the end, it wasn't at the time. It pulled us back. It looked as though he might go on to win it, but. Yeah, it was our 450th. Yeah, 450th goal scored under Pep's Premiership tenure. There you go. Question 9. True or false? Like our Pep, of course, Bielsa is Spanish. Well, that's false, isn't it? Of course it's false. He's Argentinian. He might speak Spanish, but yeah, he's Argentinian. So I was telling pork pies there. Was a good liar. There you go. Yeah, so that's false. Of course, Bielsa is Argentinian. Question 10. From the initials, can you name the 3 players? Yeah, so they're all D's, aren't they? So, yeah, DW, of course, we've got Mr. David White, haven't we? DR, the wonderful late, fantastic David Rocastle. And DG, Danny Granville. Yeah, Danny Granville. Granville. He's a character in a comedy, isn't he? Yeah, so David White, David Rocastle, and Danny Granville. There you go. That's the answer to that one. And the wildcard question, there you go. There's the ground. Yeah, of course. It's if I say Filbert Street, that was the answer. If you said Leicester City's old ground, I'll give yourself half a point if you want half a point for that. But yeah, I mean the old ground, of course, was Filbert Street, which was closed in the end of the 2001-2002, and obviously before they moved to the Walkers, now King Power Stadium. So that's Filbert Street, Leicester City. So that's 13 points so far, the first half and a little bit. And we go on to the Dortmund game. Within 1,000, what is capacity of Dortmund's ground? Well, yeah, this is source Wikipedia. It is 81,365. That's not too shabby, is it? So if you said anywhere between 80,365 and 82,365, so if you said anywhere between those, give yourself a point. So I wanted it within 1,000. So 81,365. So well done if you got near that one. Or got spot on even. Question 13, yeah, who's missing from the starting 11 and the bench? Well, obviously the starting 11 you got there, it's a long name, it's a long blank out, it's a long Tipex line, isn't it? But of course it's Zinchenko's missing from the starting 11. And one I may struggle with, because I don't particularly look at the subs that much, I do mention them obviously when I do the vlogs, etc. But Torres was missing from the subs bench, but I mean we put everyone on the subs bench basically, don't we? So that's question 13, so give yourself a couple of points if you got both of those. Question 14, yeah, another capacity question. Yeah, I think, as I say, the old kit pass was about 26,500 when I first went to Main Road. I think something like that, which is quite about half the ground capacity. It was about 52,500 when I was it 60 odd? That could have been 60 odd actually when I first started going. Yeah, so because obviously, yeah, I think it was 52 when they made the North Stand seating, wasn't it? I think. Anyway, I might be wrong on that. But anyway, it was impressive. 26,000 when I was going anyway, and obviously the South Bank, the yellow wall is 24,454. So 24, just under 25,000, just over 24,000. 24,454 is the answer I was looking for. So give yourself a point for that. That's quite impressive for an end, though, isn't it? That's amazing. I mean, it's like the Holt End, isn't it? The old Holt End at Villa. I mean, I no idea what that was, but that was quite impressive full up, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. It's big high end. And the opposite one was until they knocked it down. The open one, that was him. I stood on there as well. That was quite impressive. Anyway, 24,454. Question 15. Who's that? Of course, that's Zinchenko, isn't it? I mean, that's again looked quite easy, didn't it? For me anyway, as I say, when I put his funny head on. But of course, we're looking for Zinchenko there. Question 16, yeah, Erling Haaland is never far from the news. He never is. Of course, he was born in Leeds, wasn't he? Yeah, I mean, if any of you said Manchester or somewhere in Oslo or something like that, no, he was born in Leeds because he was actually playing for Leeds United at the time, so it had to be, didn't it? Really, let's be honest about it. So that's where he was at the time. So if you said Leeds, give yourself a point. The missing word in the tweet, yeah, Sergio there. He loves to have filled onto the good Bezzy mates, I think, as he cheered on it. And he said, great job. For the from the whole team, Phil Foden, my man. Yeah, simple man, M-A-N, my man.
not my boy. I could have called him a boy, couldn't you? I don't think it would have been disrespectful, to be honest with you, would it? And yeah, the true or false question. Yeah, totally don't know where I got that from, but I put Community Shield into the translator and got Gemeinschaftsschild out of it. So I put, yeah, I mean, absolute false, absolute rubbish, that one. There's no such trophy, I just made it up. But of course, that is in fact the Bundesliga trophy, which I think the last one in 2011-12. So there you go. So just a bit of fun, that one. The Gemeinschaftsschild win, of course, is no. They might have a. I don't know if they even have a charity shield. I didn't look into it, but that statement is false. They're not celebrating winning that. Obviously, they were probably celebrating winning the Bundesliga trophy at the time back in 2011-12. It's unusual trophy, isn't it? There you go. 19, spot the ball. Yeah, is it A, B, C or D as Mahrez? Well, it had to be high up, didn't it? Because he put it high to the goalkeeper's left, didn't it? So if you said A, give yourself a point, because that's what it is. So the answer is A, to spot the ball with the penalty from Mahrez. And it could have been, if I'd shown the Liverpool one, I mean, it would have gone off the picture, wouldn't it, if I'd shown the Anfield one he took. But there you go. Question 20. Yeah, City scored 4 goals over 2 legs and Dortmund 2. And the scorers, yeah, for City, KDB, of course, Foden, Mahrez and Foden again. So there you go. Give yourself 4 points if you got all 4 of them. I would have forgot. I would have forgot one of them. I know I would. I just know I would. And as far as Dortmund's concerned, I definitely forgot who scored at the Etihad. It was obviously Reus, R-E-U-S, and of course I remembered Bellingham, and Bellingham obviously at their place. So yeah. KDB, Foden, Mahrez, Foden, Reus and Bellingham. So they're the 6 scores. You've got all 6, give yourself 6 points. You've got 5, give you 5. You've got 4, give yourself 4. And all the way down to zilch. Right, and finally, who's pixelated? There you go. That's another. I thought that's another nice, easy one, isn't it? Is it? I say it's always easy when you do it. Yeah, but it's KDB, isn't it? Obviously, our old Kevin De Bruyne there that's pixelated. So there you go. 21 questions. Hope you enjoyed that. 29 points. Let me know. Please let me know how you did. That'll be fantastic. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just enjoy it and let me know. Anyway, please check out all my City stuff. As I said, look out for that City Live thing that's starting from next Monday, the 19th of April, as I'm recording this. But it should be every Monday as long as everything goes to plan. So keep your eyes out for that. And if you're into film and TV, there's actually going to be a live one on film and TV as well. So if you're into that, just keep your eye out for that. That's going to be on a Tuesday night. I plan to do that on a Tuesday night as well. So have a look at that and look at all the various other Manchester City stuff. Whatever you're going to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So join me here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps you have a flick across, have a look at my film and TV channel. All I ever ask of you, everyone out there, is please stay safe, Blues. Thanks for watching. Come on, City. See you later. Bye-bye.